Why can't you go?
Okay, so let's begin our service. If you wish to follow along with the service, you can scan the QR code, post it here, or go to press.org/2024 OOS Order of Service .html. Press.org. Okay, welcome.
If you're just joining us on Zoom, we are obviously having audio difficulties and sometimes video. It's because the people who know how to use the camera aren't there today, so we have a volunteer who's never done it before doing it. Sorry about that. It is what it is. And I'm just as frustrated as you are.
Morning. Welcome to Club Community River Progress Unitarian Universalist Congregation, both here in person and live streaming on Zoom and Facebook. My name is Peter Fox. My pronouns are he, him, and I serve this congregation as your service host today. I volunteer, I sing with the choir, I do whatever I can. So, press. We especially want to welcome our visitors this morning and hope you stay for coffee after the service and stop by our welcome table. If you haven't already, to let us know how to stay in touch with you. For all of you here in this room, it is so wonderful to see your faces on this beautiful South Florida morning. For all of you who have joined us on Zoom, Facebook Live, we're happy you're here with us. However you made your way among us this morning, we welcome you. At River of Grass, we are committed to our mission, nurture our spirits, and love intentionally, make a just and healthy planet. River of Grass is an unapologetically progressive home where seekers of truth boldly told, love freely given, hope never failing, answering the call for peace and justice for all living things and the earth, our home. We open wide our doors and our hearts to you as you are, as we come together on this journey of transformation for ourselves and our world. May our sacred time together today be one of caring, courage, and a call to action. And in our way of caring, we draw your attention to our new blanket ministry, sponsored by our hospitality. The temperature and the airflows in our sanctuary can be tricky. There are not things that you can. Nevertheless, some may feel uncomfortably cold or hot, and we try to keep the temperature at a happy medium. For those who feel warm, please remember to dress accordingly. For those who feel cold, please take one of our freshly laundered blankets, basket by the welcome table. At the service, you leave one of them in your chair, and the wonderful hospitality team will ensure that they are clean and ready for use next week.
Yes, here at during Christmas, you believe in blanket ministry, but you do not believe in blanket truths. As we continue our September theme of revival, this morning we open our hearts with the written word, with this piece by the Jesuit priest and Darwinian paleontologist, Jesuit priest and Darwinian paleontologist, who lived at the turn of the 20th century, named Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, in his piece called Hymn to Man. Blessed be you, harsh-mannered, barren soil, stubborn rock, you who yield only to violence, you who force us to work with. Blessed be you, perilous matter, violent sea, untamable passions, you who, unless we fetter you, will devour us. Blessed be you, mighty matter, irresistible march of evolution, reality, and earth, newborn, you who, by constantly shattering our mental categories, force us to go ever further and further our pursuit of truth. Blessed be you, universal matter, unmeasurable time, boundless ether, triple is stars and atoms and generations. You who by overflowing, dissolving our narrow standard nature, yield to us dimensions of God. And now we will open our hearts to the song word. This month's theme again, enter, rejoice, and come in. Please rise and join us as you are so moved. You will find this up on our somebody gonna bring him on if you like to follow me.
Hi, hon. Hello. Probably not. Thank you.
A flaming chalice is a symbol of our Unitarian Universalist tradition, a fierce fire of religious liberty shining generation to generation, now ours to hold high. As this morning's chalice lighter, and right, kindles the flame, please join your voices with the words on our screen. Without the Lord, there can be no light. Without in this undying light of love, let us renew our covenant and stay together. Love in spirit, in service to this great love to see true love and amor. Yes, 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 yes.
This morning's evening music, we'll be singing a hymn of the middle, Spirit of Life. You will find it in great hymnal, and number 1, 2, 3. We'll also be singing in Spanish. You'll find it in English.
In our community, each week we share pieces of our lives. We take a moment to share our joys and sorrows, gratitudes. Here, people who love us for exactly who we are, where we are right now. Here in this room, we will share from the book. If you're on Zoom and would like to share a thought, prayer, joy, or concern with us in this moment, write it in the chat, and we will lift them up together. We'll pause briefly to give our Zoom folks some more time to speak. From the book, a candle is lit for Rita as she mourns the death of Billy, her 17-year-old little white, fluffy, fearless dog. A big shout out to Ken for his brilliant air conditioning fix. Milton, thank you. Milton, thank you, Ken. Ellie writes prayers for my brother-in-law Jim, who had a five last week. He came out of surgery. That is what we know. Thank you, Barbara, for a wonderful lobster last week. Cannot wait till next year. Ellie, Chris, and Catherine, I'm looking forward to watching. You just tried to get in front of me before I saw it. Alessandra says, I got into the National Honor Society at my school. Some healing prayers with people and grant as they struggle with health. What we love you for a while.
You know that in the times that we gather, we do things in parts that we may not have written in form. We arrive here and a reading, a home, a reading, a word, a music brings up something in our heart that we need to know. And so we have arranged a time here together to offer called Stones of Flesh. As music plays, you're invited to come up and take a stone from the basket and place it in the waters and to gather together. Joys, thoughts. Things have all come by so many years. These things written, spoken. We ask that our hearts be seen as we become the Spirit. We come this morning with joy to celebrate, dance, sorrow, carry together. We come with worries, we come with fears, we come with all those things that make us humans having this spiritual experience. We are mindful that ours are not only concerns in this world, not always not. We are mindful this morning of those who need our support, who need our prayers, who need our material support. We are mindful, yet another mass shooting in this country, and of those who say this is called a fact of life in the quote, and it need not. May we be the ones who make the change. We're mindful of all those who suffer discrimination and oppression in this country. We are mindful, especially this morning, of our Haitian family, Springfield, Ohio, have been unfairly targeted, and that prejudice seeps throughout this country. It's harm to those who are our beloveds, here in South Florida. May we rise for them. May we make the changes necessary that they need us. May we work daily toward the change that can transform this world, even as we transform ourselves. Let us never let up nor give up. But rise. For this place that we can come together in safety for body, mind, and spirit. So grateful. May we make it so. Not only this morning, but every day. Seek shelter from these hearts, minds, those yet hungry. For those who would know that they are loved without condition, without limit. Those who have been taught they can only be loved. Please let us be the ones who don't understand that they are precious and holy. And let us meet one another where we are in time and place in our lives. Definitely meet one another. Proud, stories, people beings ever bestow. Then they being won't share and stay. Blessed be. And let us now sing our praise. Here at River Grass, we find our future in our youngness. Invite all our youth to come up and the young at heart also, if they so wish, who wish to do gravity this morning, to come up this morning with this story titled So.
Ready to leave across large, its midsection wide and spineless benches. It first appeared in the spring as a small large branch. He was surrounded by hundreds of other leaves, just like so it seemed. So he discovered that no leaves were alike. And there was together. Learns that the answers reason the shop. But it was Daniel who was from the rest. He was the largest in the friends. It appeared to Freddie that Daniel was also the wisest. It was Daniel who told them that they were tree. It was Daniel who explained that they were growing in a common. It was Daniel who told them that the tree had strong roots which were hidden in the ground. He explained about the birds who sit on their branch, morning song. Explained about the sun, the moon, the stars, and the seasons. Freddie loved being with you. He loved his branch, like his friends, his place behind the sky, the wind that comes from the mouth, the sun rays that warmed him, the moon covered him, shadows, summer heavens. Long hot days felt good, and warm nights. There were many people who were nights. Often came snack from these trees. Daniel and giving Shane was part of it. What's a purpose? Freddie asked. A reason for being, Daniel had answered. To make things more pleasant for others is a reason for being. To make shade for older people who escape of heat, their homes is a reason for being. Provide a cool place for children to fan with our leaves, to eat our chicken table. These are all reasons for being. He especially like they satisfy grass and air. They talk to us sometimes. The children want to, even though they fear their needs. Still, it was fun to watch them move. Freddie saw her she passed. Vanished. Never felt so. He shivered. They were clothed in a thin layer of white, which quickly melted. Drenched. Again, it was Daniel. Explain. Experience. Side was fall. Almost at once, the whole tree was transformed into a blaze. Hardly a green leaf left. Alfred had turned into yellow. Ben had become orange. Claire had become a red. Daniel had become purple. Kitty was red, and blue. How beautiful they are. Freddie and his friends had made their tree a rainbow. Can we turn different colors? Yes. But we are on the same tree. Each of us is different. We have had different strengths. We have faced the sun differently. We have shade differently. Why should we not have different things? Daniel said. Daniel told Freddie that this wonderful season. One day, a very strange thing. The same breezes that had passed and made them damp began to push and pull at their stems. If they were angry, this some of the leaves branches tossed about it. All the leaves. What's happening there? It's what happens. It's the time for leaves to change their form. Some people call it. Will we all die? Freddie asked. Yes, Daniel answered. No matter how big, small, how weak or strong, we rose to our jump. We experienced the sun and the moon, the wind and the rain. We learned to dance and to laugh. Then we died. I will die. Will you, Daniel? Yes, said Daniel. My time. When is that? No one knows for sure. Freddie noticed that the other continued. He thought, be their time. He saw that some of the leaves lashed back at the wind before they were gone. Others simply let go. Soon the tree was almost bare. I'm afraid to die, Freddie told Daniel. I don't know what's in there. We all fear what we don't know, Freddie. It's natural, Daniel reassured him. Yet you were not afraid when spring became summer. You were not afraid when spring became Why should you be afraid of the season of death? Does the tree die too? Freddie asked. Someday. There is something stronger than the tree. It's life. That lasts forever. Where will we go when we die? No one knows for sure. That's the great mystery. Will we return in the spring? Maybe not. Life knows. Then what has been the reason for all of this? Why were we here at all? We have to fall and die. Daniel answered in a matter-of-fact way. It's been about the sun and the moon. It's been about happiness. It's been about the shade, the old and the short. It's been about colors and colors. It's been about seasons. Isn't that enough? That afternoon, in the golden light of dusk, Daniel let go. He felt effortless. He seemed to smile peacefully as he fell. Goodbye for now, Betty said. Then, Freddie was alone. Only the leaves. First jump felt soft way that it was very cold. There was hardly any sun that day. The day was very short. Freddie found himself losing his support, coming the middle, constantly cold, snow weighed heavily. John wind came in, Freddie on the branch. Didn't hurt all. He felt himself flow quietly, gently and softly down. As he fell, saw the whole tree for the time. How strong and firm it was. He was sure that it would live. He knew he was like me. Regulated this new position. He closed his eyes and fell asleep. He did not know that the rain would come, and that the snow would melt into the water. He did not know that it appeared to be his useless for itself. The joy of the water served to make the tree stronger. Most of all, did not know there, free and free and already free.
We this morning get to dedicate our new kindlers to be part of our service, continuing throughout the year and in the future.
Katie, Sander, Emily, and Emily has studied the history of our Unitarian Universal challenges and written your own challenge. Look forward to learning from you during the worship service in the coming weeks. This afternoon, we will play challenge for your family, which you can also share with us. Recognize your efforts and welcome you to assist with our worship services. May your service to this community will you grow into
Each Sunday, we say, bringing chalice is a symbol of our religion. Now ours, to home high. We thank you, youngins, for taking on the role of kindlers for this future week. May you be inspired by those who found their way to darkness life. May its hope remind you that your faith is strong, resilient, and loving. Welcome. Screen. Thank you. better know ourselves and we consider those among us who have made history and those who are making history as we speak. The stewarding for our heritage, we consider Joseph Tuckerman. It was the year 1801. Joseph Tuckerman became a Unitarian Universalist minister at the age of 23. In Chelsea, Massachusetts, after 25 years of he felt the sailors, factory workers, and he moved to Boston to become what was then called a minister of art, what they call a community ministry. That is a minister who serves in a community setting rather than in a congregation, more often within a city rather than small town. Tuckerman devoted himself to his city mission work and created an organization, the Benevolent Fraternity, to help churches work together for people in need. Joseph Tuckerman died in 18 when he was only 62, but his good work lives on. To this day, Tuckerman's organization is still at work. It is now called the Unitarian Universalist Urban Ministry, serving neighborhoods in need all over the world. This morning we find our hope in the Unitarian Universalist Response Ministry. Carrying on the Unitarian Universalist legacy of service, both corporate and private sphere, the Unitarian Universalist Trauma Response Ministry came in the wake of 9/11. It was an immediate response to the critical need of New York City and families. It has continued to ensure this ministry goes where trouble is, physically and virtually, to organize support and provide myriad support in the midst of time. But to tap into those resources and like them, visit their website, and it is in chat www.traumaministry.com.
We sustain and strengthen beloved community and its work in our world through the gifts of our time, our skills, love, and our money. Each Sunday, a quarter of our undesignated offerings go to LifeNet for Families, provides meals, clothing, and support for those in need here for our county. The remainder supports our mission and ministry at River Press. Ushers, please come forward to receive the offering. You can also give by on the screen and find several ways to contribute, donate, and something that we give generously with our neighbors. Thank you so much for these generous gifts.
We also thank those whose gifts keep this river going and growing and flowing. So this morning we would like to mention a special thank you as we continue to develop spaces the place we wish it to be. We want to thank him for getting baffles up into the air conditioning. And we'd like to thank Gary for getting these cameras in the back. And thank you to the camera team that is going to be coming on board so that we will have fancy Nancy Broadcasting to do from here on out. Are you ready? Did wild gods and letting go to go. Once again, Tayar Chardin, blessed be you, mighty matter, untamed passion, irresistible march of evolution, reality. You force us to go even further in pursuits of truth. You who dissolve our narrow standards to reveal to us the dimensions of God. Closes the prayer, Théâtre Chardin, at the dawn of the century before us. He had found for himself what our indigenous ancestors pretty understood, that whatever God needs, they are found in mighty manner and in us. They will not be tamed. Oh yes, and I said they, for holy texts of many traditions teach the multiple regions of God, including the first book of Genesis of our familiar Hebrew and Christian scriptures, which teaches in Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26, and God said, let us make humankind in our image. And according to our likeness. Today is the autumnal equinox. The day our indigenous cultures taught marks the beginning of the bear. The bear will take you to a day where you can find the courage to let go of your fears, own your dreams and your desires under the watchful eye of the goddess, the gods, them, change us. And with this turn of the season, we recall an ancestral legend of Autumnal tells the story why the leaf has many colors of fall. The Huron tribe of the northeastern United States and Canada. One day, in the season of the harvest, from the village asked nice numbers, the leaves have so many. And the wise tell you the story of the battle fought by the deer and the bear and bear was selfish, proud. He often made trouble among the animals of the great council. He craved their attention and he loved their fear. And when he heard that the deer had walked the rainbow bridge, he was smiling. He was angry to not have been included. I will punish the deer, he said. The bear went to the rainbow bridge and leapt away into the skyland, and there he found the deer, and he said to him, did you come into this land? Why did you not wait until all animals come to live here? The then once peaceful deer was angry. Only the wolf had authority to ask him such questions. Bear had no right to speak like that. And so the deer said to the bear, you have only been making trouble with the animals long enough, and you shall never do that again. And the deer said he would kill the bear. And he arched his neck and he tossed his head to show his dark horns. His eyes blazed as if a fire burned in them. He thought to slay the bear with a single stroke of his terrible horn. The bear was not afraid. He too was proud. His arms were very strong. He stood erect for the mighty. His deep growl shook the sky with thunder. The struggle was terrific, and the struggle was long. And the bear was torn by the horns of the deer, and the deer by the horns of the bear. And when the remaining animals of the great council heard the awful noise, the wolf went up to the skyland to stop the dreadful battle. All the animals had to obey the wolf, so the deer turned and ran, and the bear too, fled along the paths of the sky. As the deer ran, blood of the bear too fell into the lower room, the tips of the ears, and made the leaf tree. Some were red, some turned yellow, some the brown, some was scarlet, some were crimson. Now each year when in the autumn when the trees take on these many colors, Hurons say the blood of the bear has again been thrown down in the skyland on the trees of the great island. And it is time again to welcome cool and darkness and take time to reflect on our lives and face our fears, free our dreams, and let go. We gather this morning at the turning of the wheel of the year and remember our ancestors' blood. The God they knew intimately in wind and rain and lightning, in broiling river and in crashing wave, in earth and landslide, and fire, in falling sky, God of barren and fire and hills and years kept. God they saw reflected there in nature. God formed a people in purpose and light, God of wisdom and wonder, God of increase, God of letting go. In ancient times, we knew these things. I promise we still, with the ancestral memory, live on yet in our very world. Then came civilization. And with it came religion as we have known it in origin. Colonizing first that sought and still seeks at all costs to this wild God in the world and in us. And how? Seeing first the wild God. We're conjuring theology that hope and commandment of edict given more as not stand as thou shalt. God of judgment over compassion, God of fear over love. Study the history of Western religions and watch as men, terrified by the power of matriarchal pagan societies that came before them, terrified by the power that they held, reduced unruly, beautiful, fantastical, and secret texts to formulate abundant over unruly, beautiful, and fantastical humanity itself. Texts that to this day are viewed as weapons against the very nature given us by a wild God, for those who only serve lustful comfort. Still, we long for this wild that is yet within us. We celebrate with all manner of traditions, sing and dance and we paint and we drum and we cook and we build things and we write and we dream and we shout for all this wildness to find its way out from us and into this community that we love. Yet we also long for predictability, for routine. We yearn for safety and comfort. And wow, have we lived this family and all of our structure. Oh, especially in these liminal times, it is our human nature to reach for the familiar again and again and again, holding on to what we think we know and what we think we need, even as life is showing us again death and life and death and life and death and life in its cycle. New ways cannot come where old ways. New life cannot come until the old ways must go. Even life itself in the cycles of nature, and we look around here, it's not sort of, we don't have all this. It's already shifted. You know how I can tell? My air conditioning unit has. We too have seasons. They're just a little more subtle. And so we have to consider what it means even here for us in this season of letting go. We live in this tension each day, holding and the letting go. We wrestle change even as we also seek it, like some angel that will come in the night and wrestle. My colleague, the Reverend Joel Miller, I found a profound, even existential tension between what we call wild and the order and predictability so found. There is no creativity without wildness. There is no nurture without order. There is no creativity without wildness. No nurture without order. I also find proof in this tension between wildness and order. For wildness without order looks something like addiction. And order without wildness looks like tyranny. Tyranny over the wild God in children becomes be seen and not heard. Tyranny over the wild God in female form becomes both forced abstinence and forced birth. Tyranny over the wild God in male form becomes self-realization, the power and dominance. Tyranny over the wild God in transit non-binary form becomes crushing societal and legal strictures that would deny our very existence. Never mind providing for our care. And over all this toxic prevailing belief that order can only and forever be kept by violence. Body, mind, seeking comfort and control, we learn to worship reason. We learned to laud logic over inspiration and science over mystery, even on the day when science leads us to mystery. We shamed the shamans. We declared unexplained phenomena, ignorance, and superstition. Cycles of life, instant passage of seasons, this understanding that for new life, old life must die, for new ways to come into being, old ways must pass away, that the gods of sun, moon, and wind, and rain, and fire will ever move by as will the surface above and lost in our own lives, our own soul. And that for however much we learn, however much expertise we gain, however much arrogance we humans know, generation upon generation upon generation, we will find again and again and again, clever story. Something beyond, something wilder than, something large and strong and wise and deep at work in this universe and in us. And we are not in control. We are not in control any more than we could demand that nothing ever, or command that nothing ever die, be it persons or hopes or dreams, any more than we can ever leave, stay on the tree. Let's let go, let go. In those moments before, trust me. Learn again. The only real way that we let go. So this morning, as the field returns, welcome, wild dog. Ask two things. First, what farmer know this? Yet waits in spring. What thought, what feeling, and you yet resist? What introspection, what evolution of belief, what wild ideas, what untamed passion, what growing edge. That is, what do you have to let for that wildness into the someday you don't have Blessed be you, mighty matter, irresistible march of evolution, proclaims Teilhard de Chardin, you who force us to go further and further, further in our whole culture. You who force us, like our ancestors, on Autumnal Equinox, paved to follow the lumbering bear, in that sacred place we can find the earth, let go of our fears, and call in our dreams and our wisdom. May we welcome wild gods, and as we do, let them, let us consider these things in our hearts as we sing closing hymn. Please rise in body and spirit as a warsom. So many buttons in these. You don't see this here. All that up, because it's a and I forgot to ask the physician to bring it down, please. We can all reach it without. So, so we are still going to see this last part. I see all of you working so hard to get it right. When I ask you, okay? Because you know when we get to the part, you know those letters, whole verse goes, I will sing and we let's do this. Now thinking about perfection, let's think about what it says for in this very, very last verse. Just disappeared from my mind. And so I'm going to go to look forward here. Actually, it's right here. We seek to lose to the questions of this life. We seek to put an end to all of human strife. Truth, quality, blessed peace of mind, and then we come together here to make sense. Isn't that? All right, folks. Let's do verse. We seek. We seek. Seated valiant singers in this season of change, in this season of change. There is power in this time of equal life. There's power in there is power in learning at home. There is power finding what it is we need to embrace while we release as we move to these next chapters of our life. Visions, families, as we learn. As we ask ourselves, we as individuals must learn to release in order for new life to come in us. But also ask, members of this community, in this community, to be released from a new way. We extinguish this chalice, not forms of community, not light, not the fire of community, not the faith. We have many ways to live our faith in our community between Sundays. We know that Sunday is only the first day, 7-day week. Any other opportunity to be who we say we transform ourselves in our world. I believe this morning we have an announcement about our upcoming. That's so. Oh yeah. I don't know. Here's the option. Guys, remember, secret. Party. We'll have some food. We will have some drinks. We'll have some mocktails even. What I have today is the corrected, updated paperwork for the restaurants and for the business owners. And I am seeing lots of the donation pages. I need all of these filled out, ladies and gentlemen. But if you don't have anything right this minute, everything is on our member page on the web. Everybody go in there and download it, and then send it back to the auction at River of Friends. .org. Let me repeat that. River of Friends. River of Friends. River of Friends. And I had nothing on there so I can answer your question. Oh, and parties in the calendar, start putting dates down. The goal is to have 6 months. It's love. To be generous. Do we have an option? Wait. And she is again. Yeah, so that we party all year. We party all year. It's love. I have an answer this morning. In the spirit of understanding change. I am going to be having surgery coming up first week of October. It needs to repair a hernia for a long time. That I earned from having an eating disorder, and it's gotten more severe and it's compromised. So we have to. So I'm going to be having this surgery until the 3rd, and I will be away from you for a month. I won't be back here till the end of October. Until the end of October, because we got to get time to heal. It's part of just putting some things together that came undone. And we fortunately have the power in modern medicine to do that. And so I understand that I have one of the best surgeons. Everybody has vision remains involved. And when we were meeting with her, oh, you have to do this. She's my favorite. I hope she really does. But one of the things that is involved in this surgery is trying to diaphragm. Explain some of the speaking my voice. Once that happens, even when I can come back among you, I will be forbidden to sing. No November. And I have to start slow, move back, aiming at the winter holidays for a must community. So we will be having folks. Lady Steele's going to be one of our Sundays ends. There's going to help us. One of the tricky things will be, I get to come back and preach, still can't see, and y'all gonna have to help me remember, not to just burst into something where I like to. So I will miss you, I'm gonna be just fine, this is a routine thing, happens all the time. I'm gonna be fine, y'all are gonna be fine, Kathy's putting together worship services as we speak, for the month of October, and I hope to be back last Sunday in October. We will bring it together once again. So in the meantime, I appreciate your attendance and all those things. And I also understand we're going to be more lighter. I will see you because I'll be on a liquid diet. So if you have any recommendations for baby food, I used to eat it when my kids were little. You know, I make this. So if you have any recommendations, things that can be pureed and not be yuck, you look in the talk about things. So here we are together, and we get through together again tonight for our families. Especially for the community. As we depart this place, let's hold before our eyes a vision of hope that's there to transform ourselves till we meet again.
Well, Britt and Jeannie and Marla, I think you're the only ones who stuck it out to the end. I don't